Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, with just 3 minutes to start the competition, I'm here basically on time, if not a little late. What was that noise? Do I have something else open? Maybe that was just me, I don't know, I heard a noise. That was strange. Okay. I don't know what that was, but alright. Planet Bob, hello. Morning all, 15-minute finish today, Dub. I don't think 15 minutes, but I think I may possibly finish in under 30 minutes. It's definitely going to be a quick build. Like some people said, this might be my fastest finish, so we'll see. Spartan says morning all. I think Dub will finish in 20 minutes. Between 20 and 30, maybe? Planet Bob says I lost count of how many crane bots he has. 14 crane bots. Rachel, hello, morning. Hello, Martin, Mary NG, good morning. Fama says morning all, morning Dub. Girl Gamer says merry game day. Hello, Girl Gamer. Hello, Jukesies. Aspie says good luck to all. Pewee29, hi all, hi Dub. Hello, Ives says hola. Hello, Ives. 28, hello. Off Grid Dad, just subscribed, maybe that was. Oh, maybe. I don't know, actually, but thank you for subscribing. My name is Jeff. Hello, Ultimate Acid. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Hello. You have no idea what that noise is, actually. Maybe... Is it because I disabled chat box notifications? Maybe that's what it was. It's because I enabled chat box notifications. Who knows? I'm gonna try disabling it and see if that noise goes away because I have no idea what that is. Alright, 1 minute to start the competition. I have my visualizer open in the corner over here with my design so I can quickly build this out. Hopefully with no issues. Jamaris, hello. Herb says hi all, good luck, have fun. This isn't gonna be my week. If you don't have wood NFTs, that may probably be true. B-Rob, hey, haven't seen you in a while as well. Hey, Dub Chat, good luck to all. Hello, B-Rob, welcome. Cole Rhino, hello. Or Colonel, right? I can't even say it, but hello. Any second now, and I guess 10 more seconds. I think my build's gonna cost like 5 mil. But the cash isn't going to be an issue, it's just how fast I can build, that's basically it. And if I'll get disconnected or not, because you know, the globe is like a 2 or 3 minute time loss. Or if I get an invisible building because I was building so fast. So where should I begin? In the corner over here? Well, first of all, let me get some cash by selling this stuff that I don't need. Alright, and I'll clear these 2 spots, which is a big waste of money, I know, but I want to place down... Actually, I don't want to clear those 2 spots. I want to clear this spot. I forgot that when I created my design, I created it with the river on the south side, so I'm already making mistakes, but not that big of a deal. Let me see where I can place down the first couple roads. I hope that's right. Let me actually... Nope, I can't clear that. Oh, this will be better actually. Let me start from here. It's already a little laggy. It's definitely laggy. Oh my gosh. Lazy DC says good day, Dub. Hello, Lazy DC. Yeah, it's definitely laggy if that's happening where it's jumping around and it's... Oh gosh. This ain't gonna be a new record on how fast I finish this because there's way too much placement lag right now, like more than the past couple competitions. Or maybe I got unlucky. Let me know if you're having a bunch of lag with your whenever you're placing stuff down. Who knows, maybe it's just me. Boy Gaming, hello. Yeah, if it's gonna take like 5 seconds to place each thing down, that's like 15 minutes just waiting around. Okay, of course I'm gonna need water, so that's my water NFTs. And sell this. I have less lag than last week, says Hertz. Okay. Louis the Point, hello by the way. I like the new pretty red trees, perfect for September. That's actually a good point, yeah. I mean, it looks like fall trees. Or fall colored leaves, at least. So that actually makes sense. Okay, I'm just gonna have to temporarily put some trees here just to get some cat. Well, that's not true. I could just sell red oak. I guess it'll work either way. I do need to put down a woodshed though. I don't think it'll take me less than 30 minutes at this point. Just because of how laggy it is. But we'll see, I'll still give it a try. Martin says, I saw Second of Frozen, you little lag in your game, so yeah, the new normal. Normal for some... I wanted to say normal for some people. I usually don't get like that much lag though, when placing stuff down. I guess it kind of just depends. I get rid of all this stuff. Let's see how many roads I can place over here. I don't have any straight roads in this design. It is all spotted roads. Like there's no two roads touching each other, basically. No two roads connecting. Okay, now that I'm getting some wood, I can set that to auto sell. Just trying to think here, because I can do this and also sell some red oak, since red oak actually sells for more. Oh my gosh, the lag. I'm just gonna have to get used to that. Alright, well the cash isn't an issue anymore. I just sold a batch of wood and I'm good. Or 2 batches of wood. So I just need to focus on building out these lumber mills and then doing a lumber rush. Actually, instead of a warehouse, I just want the lumber storage right now. Well, never mind. Let me put the lumber storage here. I still do want the warehouse because I might be able to just rush barbecue wood. That would be the smart thing to do, is if cash is not an issue at all, just start making barbecue wood, because there's no reason to just keep selling regular wood. So you already have the cash that you need. All right, like 6 minutes in. Okay, that's all gonna make lumber. Do want to turn on guided blades. And I'll go ahead and place these down, even though I don't think I'll turn them on just yet. Put red oak on auto sell just for now, and I'll put barbecue wood just in case I get to that point. Oh, I did not need to rotate those. Okay, I need to focus on trees so I can make lumber very quickly. This is the first competition that I'll be using all my tree NFTs on, not just the regular trees, but the oak trees as well, because I do have legendary oak trees that I almost never use. It's never really a reason to use them. Jeff Saylor says, I have the weird lag as well. Maybe it was a trade-off for stable servers and no globes. We shall see. Ooh, you'll find that out very quickly if we haven't already, because I did already hear people get the disconnect globes before the competition even started. If you can believe it. So, I mean, if people are getting globes before the competition even starts, that's, that probably tells you that it's not fixed. I'm already getting confused there with the placement. I will be using on my light circus so I can remove shade that is being casted by the lumber mills, since I'll need several lumber mills up front. Oops, my screen just froze. Well, that's terrible. One more circus here. Oh, I have all the cash that I need, by the way. I do not need any more cash. I do need way more lumber, though. Which... they're really busy. Let me just get rid of the red oak. I'll add it back later, obviously. It's just that I really need them to focus on wood for lumber. I also have a road over here, which is where one of my juniors is gonna go, as well as the Hatchet Hank. That's backwards. Junior actually goes here because he casts one shade. Hatchet Hank goes there. And then I have the town hall and the tavern right next to the junior. At 10 minutes in, still not done, you see? Not that fast. I misplaced a tree somewhere, I'm just not sure where yet. Figure it out later. Alright. Temporary lumberjacks in a lot of places over here. I still need to add more roads, but let's do what I can. Vitalis Corsakas says, hi Rod, hello, hello Vitalis. I saw the picture Carbon posted. He built a builder house on top of the spoiled soil. That's cheating. Imagine building on top of spoiled soil. Alright, there's all the spoiled soil gone. I think it's all gone. Crane bots can go over here in the forest. Oh, you're Karnak? Oh, okay. Yes, I know who you are then. Should I just place on all the crane bots? Since supposedly I'll be that busy just building. So I can get that sub 30-minute finish, I guess. I think it doesn't help that they're still going for wood, so let me also turn, well, just that one on, I guess. Probably move the wood shed closer, just in case it's slowing them down. And I should be getting a bunch of lumber now. So I should start building. Wasting time not building this stuff out. I'm gonna need a lot of logger houses. Wrong placement. Urban Sense, when you're free, check Discord, something funny there. Yeah, I saw it. I just mentioned it like a minute ago too. Yeah, it looks like you placed a builder house in the spoiled soil. So you're cheating, Carbon. You can't be doing that. You're gonna get caught. You said your internet is so shit, that's why that happened. You're probably gonna get a disconnection globe. I'm assuming you refreshed after that happened. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, about 15 minutes in. I am fully focused on building. Some people are probably already selling barbecue wood. I'm in 41st place, so that's not that good. Okay, nobody sold barbecue wood. I'm just joking, I guess. Oh, I better get some of these built fast. Oh gosh, they're waiting on wood. That makes sense though. So I need a bunch more temporary lumberjacks if they're waiting on wood. because they really shouldn't be waiting on wood. Alright, we're gonna overload it with all these lumberjacks. Don't need to make any energy. And time to place birdhouses. Might as well, because this whole process of placing these NFTs, that's like 10 minutes right there. Carbon says, yeah, I was clicking on quick buy, but I have a delay placement, so I click on cancel. And then try to place the builder house, and as I move my mouse, it placed where my mouse ended, and it only showing it's in. I believe it. Yeah, at least a couple of the logger houses are getting built. That's good. I placed all the tree farms except for 2 legendary tree farms. However, it says I only have 1 more legendary tree farm. And I'm not sure why. Maybe my visualizer's off a little. Maybe this isn't a legendary tree farm. Martin, you got a globe is what you're saying? Oh, Carbon says, so I managed to get it to 278 to 280, but I didn't have time, so don't know what's the stable rate. Okay. And that's using my idea as a base? Ooh, very good. So you actually did some tweaking and figured it out. I'm sure I could have gotten to that rate if I spent a couple hours working on it. I actually forgot to mention on last Friday's stream that I wasn't planning to do it. It's something that I mentioned on Discord the day before. Because I'm like, this meta is really easy. I'm sure people can figure it out. Although last minute, I basically, right before I was going to do the video, I decided maybe I'll just do something real quick. I'll do a quick design idea on my planner. And well, people are gonna have to figure out if it works or how to improve it. But it'll possibly help people out, and yeah, get people to test the design for me that I didn't test. The planner obviously is not the correct, does not have the correct prediction, but it at least gave me an idea of something that should work. Oh, did I move the solar panel? I moved it a little too early. Let me make a little bit of energy just in case. Yeah, most of these are still good. It's just that these two need 1 energy. I should be able to work with that. Uh, 22 minutes in, there's like no shot I'm finishing this in under 30 minutes. I don't know how I finished the other build so fast. It apparently needed less lumber than this one does. The globe means you should disconnect, Martin. It means, you know what it means, but it means that if you don't relog, you get rolled back to the very beginning. That might be what it means. Let me move the 2 juniors over here. Might as well turn on Grand Oaks, even though I'm not making oak wood yet. And place down rose bushes. It really doesn't feel like I'm making lumber that fast, but I believe that's because I'm constantly using it. Could be that I need more tree farms, but that shouldn't be the case. Does actually seem like I might be good on lumber now, so let me turn off half of these. Okay, next step is the badges. Wrong placement. I think I can stop making energy. Alright, seeing as I have that many loggers now, I probably don't need this row of lumberjacks, so I can start getting some of the lumber mills built. Looks like I'm not finishing this in under 30 minutes, so it's not going to be a new record. I don't know why people were thinking that. Carbon says, will my rates affect if I don't place the pave road for loggers? Probably. Also depends on how busy the loggers are, but they will be able to get to the trees quicker. So the trees spend less time waiting to be picked up, or for their wood to be picked up. So it can affect the wood rate and hence affect the barbecue wood rate. Yeah, at least it's not crazy laggy with placing the lumber mills down now. Maybe it went away. I'm almost done at least. It would have been kind of close. I still need to turn all the lumber mills on though. And move this here so I can build out the rest of the logger houses. Oh gosh, the balloon party going on here is making it kind of laggy though. I believe I can get rid of that. I'll let them pick up energy, it's fine. Rachel, you're in 9th place, congratulations! You must have sold some barbecue wood. Carbon says, I have your build like how you place logger, only 2 to 3 go to sleep. Yeah, and that actually makes sense because the planner was still telling me it was too many loggers, so I believe that. So that means you could have gotten rid of some loggers. Okay, I guess I'll start turning these on. Oh my gosh, the placement lag. But whenever you have too many loggers and you remove some and they're still going to sleep, it's because your build probably got more efficient. And since it got more efficient, you still probably once again have too many loggers. That's like the best way I can describe it. It becomes more efficient because your loggers spend less time going back home. You probably still have too many loggers then. That is assuming that your wood rate went up. Just make sure your wood rate's actually increasing. "31 minutes in, not a new record for fastest build, but still very quick. If there was absolutely no lag, it might have been by like 2 minutes. Maybe. Well, now time to place all the tree farms, but I assume this would take a bit. I'm assuming I don't need to build anything else. I hope that's true. So I'm gonna get rid of the witch shed and the lumber mill. Just double checking here real quick. Better safe than sorry. Seems like I should be good. Flush the energy and stop making lumber. Start making barbecue wood with these. See, 32 minutes in now. They're already making barbecue wood. Yep. These can make it as well. Ugh, I clicked the wrong thing. Louis the Point, Rod, do we need nuclear for this one? Well, according to some people, you need 12 nuclear power plants, but I don't understand why. No, you do not need any nuclear power plants. Oh, I realized that I put a tree in the wrong spot. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. That was not the right tree. Why am I missing a tree? Where'd it go? I must have made a mistake somewhere. Let me take off this tree. Because I'm supposed to have 2 legendary tree farms here. No, you don't need a nuke. The only thing you need energy for is for the gasoline. For the refineries. And you'd be fine with just 2 power plants. That's not quite right. That's a red oak farm. I could have set this up a little bit more efficiently. Or just the building process anyways. It might not make that big of a difference, so. Alright. So my first mistletoe arch goes right here. Oh my gosh, I blame the lag. I did not do that on purpose. And I got a globe, so I guess it didn't matter. It probably didn't even get rid of that water tower. Well, this is close to like an hour finish at this point. It's not no 20-minute, 15-minute finish like people were saying. Let me refresh. How long was that globe there for? I only just noticed it a couple seconds ago. I think that was there before I even accidentally deleted the legendary water tower. This build's not that fast of a finish, guys. Not like the last competition. Planet Bob, I was so wrong. Yeah, this is not a 15 or 20-minute finish. I actually did think it was gonna be under half an hour, to be honest. Like close to half an hour. But it's not that fast of a finish. It might just be all the placement lag or all the lumber you need. Well, look, I need 70 loggers. That's 350 lumber. That takes a bit of time to get. It is a lot of lumber. 350 lumber to finish it. That's actually more lumber than a lot of builds. But the one that was like 32 minutes, I think it was just like wood for the windmills, right? I can barely remember. Oh yeah, look, my legendary water tower's still there. Okay. Get rid of this. I am not even top 100. Yikes. I am not gonna make it this competition. This might be my worst ranking yet, guys. Not even top 100. Oh, I didn't place down my mistletoe arch. Okay. So there goes 2 mistletoe arches. One more mill down here. The mill NFTs are nice here, but like, as people have said, the hatchet hanks are the real winners. No, the mistletoe arches are Also, really important. I suppose the nursery tree probably helps also. I don't have the nursery tree. The tree nursery, whatever it's called, has like 2 different names. Oh, those oak trees over there didn't place down either. Alright. Am I even making barbecue wood? I don't think I've made a single one. Waiting for oak. Let me focus on the oak then. It's because I don't have the oak wood placed down here, that's why. They must not be getting any oak wood. Did I turn on? I did not. The update's on offline, I forgot to turn that on. Good thing I didn't get disconnected for like 20 minutes. Okay, so that's all my legendary oak tree farms. I have to rotate the trees as well. We're not playing Townstar from Gala. Gala's playing us with Townstar. Words of wisdom right there. The game really could be optimized better. But... oh, this tree farm's placed wrong. I just realized that. But here's the thing though. If you had to choose... really think about this. If you had to choose... would you choose better server performance or better anti-cheat mechanics? Really think about it. I'm curious what you guys would think about that. Better server performance or better anti-cheat mechanics? Because one of the things that clearly is making Townstar lag a lot is everything getting validated on the server to prevent cheating, which is very important. But that is very, very laggy. Especially when you got like wood being picked up. How much wood am I picking up every minute? I'm not even sure, maybe like 500 or something. Okay, I think I placed everything down. And I am seeing some barbecue wood. Alright, so these trees are facing south. I want them to face the other side, basically. So 2 rotations each, very carefully. Once again, it's only the legendary trees that have a door. I don't know why that is, it's just how it is. So I am rotating some of these, and these oak trees will also get rotated. Very carefully, 2 rotations. Better coin price? Well, that wasn't the question I was asking, Juxies. Look, if the coin price was better, people would care. No, they would still care. Never mind. I can't even tell you if Gala was like 10 cents each, people would still be complaining that the game's way too laggy. If anything, more people would be complaining. Okay. Martin says that's not true. Then team is lying. Seen Godot is cheat safe. That said no. I mean, if you compare Godot with the previous client side version of the game, it's definitely less cheating. There's obviously still going to be cheating because you can always cheat in the form of multi-accounting, which is cheating. And some people are definitely multi-accounting. So yeah, there will always be cheating, but I meant cheating in a way of modifying code type of cheating. I meant that way. Because I mean, if you play Townstar, you know, back then before Godot, that was possible to do. I mean, Lycan made a video about it, so, and some people were definitely abusing that. I think I placed everything down. 42-minute finish. Definitely not as fast as I thought, but I did it at least. Just double checking my design on the visualizer. It looks right. I really didn't explain to you guys what I'm doing here, but I got the water towers for the passive water, a single tunnel of love. Of course, all these lumber mills making barbecue wood. I have this setup in the center with 4 great sawmills and 4 superb sawmills making barbecue wood, quickly taking it to that warehouse. And I have another great sawmill right here making barbecue wood, a tree next to it, oak wood next to it, and red oak tree farms all around. I decided to use 2 dragons because if I only use one, I will be losing a little bit of barbecue wood. I realized that once you get over 2,500 barbecue wood per hour, 1 dragon cannot handle it all. Unless you have a very specific setup where the dragon is right next to the warehouse, then it could work. But with my setup right here, I needed to have 2 dragons, otherwise I'd be losing barbecue wood and it would have been worth it. I needed a lot of loggers, that's why I had to move my Junior and my Hatchet Hank over here. Hatchet Hank doesn't cast shade, Junior casts 1 shade. That's why I have this set up with the Town Hall and Tavern next to it. Badges are on the subgrid right here. I got the circus and the subgrid placement because it has a reach on the corners over here. NFT trees, I have them closest to the lumber mills because they get picked up quicker. Mistletoe arches, I have them split up. So this one's affecting this whole radius. Several oak farms as well. All the oak farms really, because that's what they're for. And then this mistletoe arch affecting this radius. I have all the tree farms, or oak tree farms specifically, in their radius. The only red oak farm that's not in the mistletoe arch radius is this one right here. So this one doesn't have the 50% craft time reduction from the mistletoe arch, and you can see all these other ones do, so they'll take 2 seconds to grow. This one takes like 4 seconds to grow. And yeah, all the other tree farms, or all the other oak tree farms, are within radius. So like my legendary oak tree farms only take 2 seconds to grow. The regular oak tree farms take 8 seconds. So I would say very efficient. I decided not to use big long roads. It could have been a better idea, I don't know. I just decided not to do that. And this is about the amount of lumber mills that I needed to get this to work correctly. And I would say the same about the amount of loggers needed to get it to work correctly. I think I turned on everything I needed. It's really just guided blades. I could turn on the warehouse one though, just in case. I don't think I need it though. Great woodlands, grand oaks. Seeing as my production rate was 2,600, it should be right. So this should do 2,610 or 2,615 barbecue wood per hour if it works correctly. Red oak's at 26,000, so that's good enough. I basically have all the wood required for 2,600, so this should be correct. I'm already 5th place. Boom, there we go. Where exactly will I land? I don't know. I might actually have a shot at 5th place on this one. I'll pass up Planet Bob, I know that. Sorry, Planet Bob, but I'm pretty sure I'll pass you up. I have a lot of tree NFTs. Best case scenario, I get 5th. It should be pretty obvious that I'll get top 10 on this one. I'm not worried about that, assuming there's no huge issues. It's just the question is just where will I end up in the end? And 5th place is the best ranking I've ever gotten. I got it on the paper bag meta. Maybe I'll get it again on this one, but we'll see. There are 50 Hatchet Hanks out there, supposedly. Bomb says, hi Dub, it's been months since I played my last match, got earlier from work, which made me able to play. However, the playability at Townstar is still terrible. Yeah, the playability of the game is still terrible. There's still a lot of lag and the disconnects. It's really discouraging for people. Even the people that find the game fun. It's hard to have fun if you're constantly getting disconnections. And it's kind of laggy with a design like this, you know, there's so much movement. My frames are dropping. But I've tested this design, and in practice it was doing 2610 per hour. Jukesies, thank you so much for continuing to be part of Team Dub. I appreciate it very much. Martin says, just wanted to say, if they lie and game is cheat easy, then Lycan is right again. I'm sure he'll make a video on it. Also, you said something earlier. I don't see it. Did I miss the message? I might have missed the message. Carbon also says, do you know about Hollow Knight or Silksong? I know about them. I never played them though. I heard the game is fun, but it is getting review bombed because the translations are terrible. That's what I've heard. Seems like a fun game. It's those, what do you call them? It's like the Metroid type of games. See, I played Metroid Fusion and Metroid Dread. Like, I really like those type of games. I say that, but there's a bunch of games like that that I haven't played. Will I play the Hollow Knight Silksong one? I don't know, honestly. It's a maybe. It's a probably no, but I'll think about it. Juxies, there we go. My star's back. Okay, there you go. It's probably a different color too. It changes colors over time. Carbon, yeah, I'm gonna start. Oh, all right. I know the next game I'm gonna get is Little Nightmares 3. I like the Little Nightmares franchise. I know the first Little Nightmares game, I played it several times to get the, well, I guess it would be the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation. And the hardest achievement was to beat the game under 2 hours without dying, which is very difficult to do. But eventually I did do it. I don't think I ever got the Platinum achievement on Little Nightmares 2 though. I already passed you up. Yeah. No, not yet. Planet Bob, you're ahead of me by 1,000 points, okay? I think you're fine. I think you got me. Wow, O-Town's only... Only 3,000 points off. I'm sure Zbor will pass me up. Okay. Well, my stars jumped to 62 mil. It's not updating clearly. Wonder what the whoa, look at that, guys! I'm first place. We can stop the competition in just a few minutes. It's about time. But did everyone go offline, or did I just finish before them? See, this wasn't as fast as a finish as people were thinking it was going to be, seeing as I apparently finished my build and people are not done yet. The top players have already gone offline. That probably could be it too. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, I know I won't finish first place. Like I was saying, there might be a chance I finish 5th place. Just because this is a wood meta and I have a lot of wood NFTs. Can't go wrong with the wood NFTs. It probably would take like an hour before I start seeing the stabilize 2610 or 2615 per hour on the barbecue wood. Just because of the craft time of the barbecue wood. So in my build also, I only have one warehouse. I think I already mentioned that because most of the time these lumber mills will be waiting on wood anyways. So the fact that they have to travel all the way here to deposit the barbecue wood is not going to affect them at all. I'm basically labeling that as travel time versus idle time. If you use my planner, you probably know the lingo that I'm talking about here. But travel time is the time it would take the workers to go pick up the materials or to drop off their crafted material. Idle time is the amount of time the worker would be waiting on other workers, like the loggers, to drop off wood to them so they can start making the item that they're supposed to be making. So yeah, the fact that the warehouse is here is not going to impact these from making barbecue wood any faster. And I also don't have a wood shed because I didn't want to do that. Probably would have been a better idea, I don't know, but that would cost me another tree spot. And from my testing, I don't lose that much wood. As you can see my production monitor, I'm really not losing that much wood. What does that total out to be? Like maybe well, multiply this by 6. Maybe I lose 2 or 3% of the wood every hour. That's not terrible. As balanced as I can get it. The Little Nightmares is the best one. Yeah, I think it's really fun. Louis the Point says, "Hey Rod, last time I heard after the stream has ended that you need help with some data. You still looking for help?" I appreciate you offering. I did have 4 people already help me, and we got all the data we could get for the competition leaderboard page. I showcased that last Friday, actually. So that's done now, and that leaderboard is up and running. We just got the results for the roasted garlic competition, so that's on there too. Said I was gonna make a video on that too. There are videos that I have to make, or that I want to make. I guess maybe I don't have to make them, but I do want to make them, but I also want to finish some other stuff. All in good time. Carbon says it's the first game that showed me 2D games are fun. I went from casual to competitive to casual. Now I'm 18 and just want to enjoy the game when I am free to work. Okay. 2D game. I guess the way it's played. Because it's kind of like a side scroller in some places, yeah. Okay. Dubstep rods forced. Okay, I don't actually think it. Oh, never mind, it did work. All right, there we go. The town name really doesn't matter. It doesn't even show up on the leaderboards anymore or anything. Probably because people started putting offensive town names. Those few people that do that. Make them. Oh, you meant the videos? Yeah. Who passed me up? Oh, Tan. Okay, that makes sense. Why is there always somebody asking if there's gonna be a rollback today? Like it's a planned event. Oh no. Somebody thought the barbecue wood got stored in the lumber yard. That's when you need to do more planning. I mean, I know that there are, believe it or not, guys, there are people that don't read the competition details until it's time to do the competition. And I understand maybe they're really busy. But you're gonna run into issues if you don't know how to do the meta, but you don't read the full details. Now, I will say, in these details right here, it doesn't actually tell you barbecue wood is stored in the warehouse. So yeah, you're gonna run into some issues. The Discord announcement at the very least tells you that, which is good. That is good. They probably should include it here. They could improve this. There are obviously always ways to improve stuff. I learned that myself working on the playbook. They definitely could have something here that explains so much more about the game. It's just that, I don't know, it's not their priority, or they don't care, or they don't want to. But even with all that aside, if you're not going to at least do at least properly read where stuff's gonna be stored, then yeah, you're gonna run into some issues. That's just how it is. Also, I can take these off. Not that it matters, I'm not storing them. There we go. I will say, everybody, make sure that you add barbecue wood on auto sell, okay? You don't want to be doing this competition and you forget to add barbecue wood. Out of all the items that you gotta add to auto sell, guys, make sure you have at least barbecue wood on here, okay? That would probably be the most important one. Alright, it always happens where somebody forgets to add one of the items into auto sell. Don't let that be you this competition. So how did they make the build? Well, some people just wing it. I mean, some people, you know, they'll use mine, right? Even if it's the design I share, you know that, Carbon. You know, some people would just use my design. But yeah, some people will at least attempt to wing it with their own design, I suppose. That happens too. Planet Bob says they moved all the good servers to Asia. Is that true? Have you tested that? I really don't get a whole lot of disconnects though. I mean, I only got one globe. At least that's better than the people who are saying they're getting a globe every 5 minutes or so, I'm hearing. Which is terrible. Yeah, that is really bad. Old Town says lost about 10 minutes at the beginning with 3 disconnects. Damn. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't that bad for me. Doofy says amazing 9 mils build. I have 40. It's more than 9, but thank you. Actually, how many is it in total? It's 9 NFT mills. Unless you're saying you have 40 NFT mills. There's no way you have 40 NFT mills. Nobody would have 40 NFT mills. I have 38 in total. 29 lumber mills plus my 9 NFT versions of the lumber mills. So 38 lumber mills in total is what I have. Perps while I'm in 11th. I don't think I'd finish that quickly. Very good. Let me actually check here. Yeah, I see you. I see you again. It's just a leaderboard not refreshing. Alright. Carbon says, I'm in Asia because I remember I get 3 disconnects in 2 hours before, now it's none. Okay. So you're saying that what Planet Bob is saying is probably true. Yeah, okay, I see Planet Bob. 0 globes. Okay. This competition is what I imagined mulch would be if they added that. Because I told you guys I was thinking they were going to add mulch as a competition. Because when they added the organic fertilizer facility, you know, it has to be more than just bokashi. If you saw the building, maybe that's compost, but it does look like mulch. It could be composted, but you know, I still think they would eventually do it. And now that I guess they can add red oak wood. I would imagine if we do get it, it would require bokashi and then wood, oak wood, and red oak wood in order to make the mulch or the yeah, in order to make that. If they decide to make that. Probably people don't want that competition though. That's kind of like a windmill meta with all the shade that these buildings cast. It is kind of dumb that they cast shade and they're negatively impacted by shade and dirty. It is dumb. Carbon says even with our main wire cuts, like the whole country wire has been cutted, and with slow internet, no globe. I don't know if I want to believe that. I heard a couple people bought the mistletoe arch this week since they announced the meta. And Ginobili had confirmed that it works with red oak, which probably did make the price go up. Ah, okay. I know what's going on. I know why it's not stabilizing at 2600. I forgot to rotate these lumber mills. And this is a good sign to... Well, it's a good reminder, guys. Rotate your buildings if you need to rotate them. But, yeah, it's... I barely have enough lumber mills to hit the 2600 in here. So if these aren't rotated, it will make a difference. It does look like I have enough wood. But yeah, they need to be rotated so that they're getting the wood quicker. That was the reason why I was not saying 2600. Because I forgot to rotate those. Easy thing to miss. It might not seem important, but it is important. I feel like there's people out there that still don't understand the importance of rotating buildings. I'm gonna try resetting the production monitor again and maybe leave it running for like 15 more minutes, and then that'll probably be it. Although I don't think 15 minutes would be enough to give me a stable rate. Okay, Carbon. Only 2 wires and 1 has been cutted. Alina, hello. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna check some stuff I may have missed on Discord, but let me know how you guys are doing with the competition so far, seeing as we're like an hour in. I assume everyone is done, right? Got in pretty late? No problem. I guess maybe you're not done. Okay, looks like there's another update for Mirandis on Thursday. That's cool. Pretty late, like 1 minute ago. Supposedly somebody bought some gems this morning. Maybe they wanted to clear the spoiled soil. I really hope that's not true, by the way. I really hope they didn't buy gems to clear the spoiled soil. Not in this competition, please no. I really hope that's not true. It is aggy for me. Jukes is waiting for lumber as always. Okay, yeah, I believe that. My barbecue wood's already looking a little better. And 5 globes so far? I guess I'm lucky with only 1 globe. I'll probably get another one right now though. Like last time before I end the stream. Martin says balancing 3 trees, so lumber is made and wood. If not, right, loggers and mills are not made. Yeah, true. Had to balance it out. Or just make a crazy amount of everything. I mean, my loggers move fast, and keep in mind they're not on the road most of the time. You can kind of see where they go on the road next to the lumber mills. They'll zoom by really quickly for half a second. I'm not gonna bother testing it, but if I did have a big road in the middle, who knows? Who knows if that would have been more efficient? Yeah, that's true, Martin. So Martin says very annoying to find out that oaks and red oaks they love, and wood they simply walk through, seem don't care. People mention this, but the red oak wood and the oak wood have a higher priority than the wood. So if you're in a situation where the loggers aren't picking up the trees or the wood from the regular tree farms, it's because you don't have enough loggers. Could also be that you have too much red oak and oak wood, oak trees. It could be that, but more than likely you don't have enough logger houses to do all the work. So yeah, at that point you need more loggers. Carbon says, I am curious, what logger priority? Wood, oak, red oak. I believe it is red oak, then oak wood, and then wood, at least from the couple of tests that I've done. Optimal workload percents. If you're going by what my planner says, get it to as close to 100% as you can. That would be the optimal workload. And then my planner kind of accounts for, like, you can go over 20%, which realistically in the game that's not how it works. But you know, worker pathing is so weird. So between 90 to 100% with as close to 100% as you can. Because really anything under 90% means that at some point your worker, like your logger, is not going to have anything to do, so it's going to try to go home, which is wasting time. It's not efficient if they're going home. So basically as close to 100%. Carbon, do you know why your planner was showing more logger than needed? That's because I put more loggers than needed, Carbon. That was me. I wasn't completely relying on what the planner told me to do. So unfortunately, I kind of made a mistake, guys. Whenever I made the design for the video, I didn't save the design, so I don't have it. I would have to recreate it, which I'm not going to do. But as I showed on the video, I'm pretty sure I showed it. On the workload, it was like 80-something%. So yeah, you probably could have gotten rid of 5 loggers and still would have been okay, like you mentioned, Carbon. So the planner was telling me that this probably is still too many loggers, like I don't need this many. It was telling me that. I was just kind of trying to eyeball it, and I'm thinking like maybe this will be the correct amount of loggers. Because that first idea I showed you, I showed 2 ideas on that video. The first idea is way too many loggers. I knew that was too many, and the planner thought so too. So that's why I did the second idea, where I got rid of a lot of loggers. I pushed up the lumber mills, I added more trees, because I thought that was more reasonable. But the planner was still saying it was a little too much loggers. Oh, so that makes sense, you know, and thank you for testing that. So now I know. But it's still not completely accurate. Anybody that's using my planner, I wouldn't recommend that they purely rely on the production prediction or the workload percent. That's at least to give you an idea, but it's not perfect. This is the whole thing about this being a work in progress. For my, I should pull my design up on here. Let me hold on. Let me open a new page. Have you go to like the logger gave priority? No, the planner doesn't understand the priorities or going for the closest tree farm or whatever. That's like way too complicated. I think that's too complicated to do, so it won't work. So like the planner does a very good job when the meta's dealing with a bunch of like bakeries or you know, buildings that have their own worker. It's easy to predict that they'll drop off to the closest storage and pick up from storages that have items. It's more accurate with that. It is pretty damn inaccurate when it comes with like loggers or ranchers, ATVs picking up items from the animals. Stuff like that is very difficult. I think I need to resize this. Whatever, close enough. This was my design, well, at least after I tweaked it in the game. It wasn't my initial design on here. I don't think I have my initial design. No, I changed it up too much. You know, I designed something and then I made it in the game and then I tweaked it to get it to work properly, and I ended up with this. So this is the design I just built in the competition. With my effect cards on, you know, guided blades and stuff. Great Woodlands, pretty sure I saved it on here. Yeah, Great Woodlands, Grand Oaks, Miranda skins, stuff like that. So the production prediction thinks it'll do 2400 barbecue wood, which is wrong. It's actually doing 2615 around there. 2620, best case scenario. So it's giving me a lower number, but that's probably because it's not. It doesn't know about, you know, prioritizing wood. It's not going to know how to do that. For some reason, it thinks I can make a lot more wood than I'm actually making. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I added like more loggers, but I really don't think so. It seems to think I don't have enough loggers to do everything. The workload's over 100%, which means technically it's not possible to do all the work. That's what this means. So, and that the fact that my loggers never go home, it's probably true. I probably don't have enough loggers, so this might be right. I have 74 loggers if you count the Hatchet Hank Jr., the 3 Hatchet Hank Juniors and the Hatchet Hank, I mean, so yeah. So yeah, according to this, I don't have enough loggers, even though I try to add more. And that's why it thinks I'm not making enough wood compared to what I could potentially make. That's why these numbers are off right here. So yeah, that's what the planner's telling me about this. I guess it still kind of helped, but like I'm kind of going with my gut and my own proper test here about what I could achieve. So yeah, this is where I ended up at. Carbon, do you think you can code the priority? Well, I've said this before, like, to be honest, most of this is AI, but like, even that, it can be really tricky. But the priority, I really don't think so. At one point, I will try to mess with it, but that's something I really don't think can be done. It seems too difficult. Zbor, good morning. 60 watching, only 2 thumbs up. Well, we need more thumbs up, guys. Like the video, even though I never say it. Appreciate it. 60 people watching, really? Oh, that's cool. It does say 66 people watching. Hello, everyone. It gives me a different numbers, actually. Over here, it says 58. It doesn't refresh it for me. Let me actually refresh the page, see what it says. 13 likes, there we go. 13 likes, we can get like 40 more likes. Just finished building, says Muko, very nice. Martin, you forgot a thumbs up, how could you? No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate it. I guess some people mentioned that the pond layout was possibly the hardest thing to figure out for this meta. Yeah, I guess it was pretty tricky. I mean, most of the time that I spent quickly coming up with that design for the video I made, it was messing with the ponds. So, but like I said, I only spent like 20 or 30 minutes. Well, I spent 30 to 40 minutes, but like 20 to 30 minutes was spent messing with the ponds on the planner. It wasn't that bad, and if I spent more time on it, I probably could have done something more efficient. I mean, at that point, I let other people figure it out when they're trying to make improvements. But the pond layout I made seemed good. But yeah, you know, trying to figure out a good pond layout and not waste that much space, something you do need to know. Unless you got like... No, even if you have a bunch of water NFTs like I do, you still want to figure out how to use them as efficiently as you can. You don't want to be here just placing down the water towers in random spots and then you still need like 3 water fountains. Then you're wasting 3 spots. I mean, 3 spots might not be like a lot, but you want to be using every single spot efficiently. If you pay attention to my competition builds, I use every single spot that I possibly can efficiently, even if it gets me an extra tree farm or an extra lumber mill. I did that in the last competition. My first design had like 6 empty spots, and then I ended up using every single spot I could, which allowed me to have 2 more salt fields. And basically the only free space I have here is these 2 spots. You know, this half spot right here, I suppose. But you have experience, I don't. I guess that could be it. But if you play enough, you will have experience too. But yeah, you definitely do need to also be practicing your own designs. Alright, well this is working as expected now. Now that I rotated those lumber mills and everything works, so that's good. 26, 25 per hour. Very good. I could at most make 2,630 per hour is the most I could make according to the red oak wood. And I guess it just depends on how efficient my loggers are going to the lumber mills, to the point where I don't lose any red oak wood, but I am clearly losing some red oak wood, so that's not possible. It's always gonna happen. And yeah, maybe I could place it on the fundamental storage. Maybe it would improve my rate, but at this point, it's not something I would want to risk. Carbon says, so I learned that if I am lose a ton of shit, then I need to add a building. Possibly, yeah. Or maybe another storage. Yep, learn a little bit at a time. Eventually, you'll get a better hang of things. What I will say about the Townstar Playbook Planner that I'm working on is initially I did want to have the production prediction on there, but I wasn't, like initially I wasn't going to worry about the workers. I was just going to assume that you would always have enough workers and that they would always be able to collect all the wood and stuff. Just because I thought that would have been too difficult to calculate. But you know, I'm running this through AI, and at least there was a way to attempt to calculate it. So it's much better than I initially thought it would be able to do, at least, if that makes sense. Like I really thought at first it had no shot of predicting stuff that workers could pick up. But at least it has some idea, so that's cool. I mean, the planner is already in a state where it's like much farther and better than I thought it would ever get to. that is cool. There are, I'm sure, still little bugs that need to be addressed, and yeah, people bring that up to me and slowly get things to work better, for sure. Getting a globe is not something you should be celebrating. And this build so much was getting destroyed. Then I got advice from you and placed lumber mill, which fixed it. Awesome. Glad I was able to help with that. So like I told you, Carbon, it's going to be trial and error. You're not always going to get an advice, you know, an exact fix like that from me. A lot of this, if not almost everything, is trial and error. Did you do your daily challenge? I did. Right before I started the stream, I finished that out. But thanks for the reminder. What, the Apple event? Very interesting. Okay. I don't know what that was. Let me show you guys a diagram thing that I added on the planner. Watch the Apple event. When you say Apple event, are you talking about like the company Apple or something else? What would make it interesting? Like what's going on? Are they announcing the iCar or like what's happening? I'm just curious, that's why. Let me pull this up one more time. Let me do this on a clean slot. The iCar. I mean, I think at some point they would release some kind of self-driving car. Even though, you know, they don't make cars, but you never know with Apple. Okay, barbecue it, right? The amount really doesn't matter, but let's just change it to 100. Doesn't matter. No, I wasn't gonna make an NNR build. I was just gonna show you guys this diagram thing because I actually don't think it's confusing, but I do wonder if people think it's confusing. I need some people to test it later and tell me what they think. So I added this thing on here that generates a diagram of how to make the item. So for barbecue wood, it would probably be really simple. I don't think you guys need a guide on how to make barbecue wood. So this little diagram for simple items like wood, energy, water, and water drum, it's just going to show that right under the item, which is what I think might confuse some people, but I don't know. So like I'll explain how to read this. Red oak wood needs 10 water. You craft it in the red oak farm, store it in woodshed or lumberyard, and it's picked up by a logger house. This will show you the craft time and any buffs you might have on it, but I have all the buffs turned off. So all that makes a red oak wood. Over here, oak wood, you need 5 water. Oak tree farm, woodshed for storage, logger house to pick up. 2-minute craft time. That makes oak wood, right? Hope that's simple. Now, in order to make barbecue wood, you need 10 red oak wood, 5 oak wood, and 5 regular wood, which is right here, because that's a very basic craft that everybody should know how to make. Made in the lumber mill, stored in the warehouse. 90-second craft time. That makes barbecue wood. That's it. Should be easy to read. And we can check the get, because that's one I tested a couple of times. Oh, I don't know what the new competition is yet, by the way, Carbon. I don't think anybody does. I haven't seen any hints. Martin says, I'm watching Naughty Guys and they are busy with buying sonar and radar for their boat tech from Bruno, and they got to hear the AI guided boats is close. By seeing AI can show what route best and safe. That is cool. I imagine something like that already existed. But okay. Spartan says, yes, Apple company today, 99 was their new product announcement. Okay. Though I probably won't check it out. I'm wondering what their new product is. I wonder if they came out with foldable phones yet. Well, to be honest, I haven't used like a iPhone. I actually never owned an iPhone. Full disclosure, I owned an iPod back in high school. That was like one of my first pieces of technology, and ever since I never got another iPod or iPhone after that. I switched to Android. So I'm sorry, I am team Android. I did give Apple a shot. And the things I at least experienced with Apple, I'm not interested, and I switched to Android. That's just my experience. Before the iPod, I did have it was also an iPod. It was the iPod Shuffle. I think it was the little one without the screen, because I listened to music on that. So I will say, just specifically for listening to music, I had no issues with iPod or Apple. But for everything else, I found a better experience from Android. But I really should not go into that subject. That's not what this is about. But that's just me, okay? So ever since then, I've mostly been, you know, Samsung phones all the way, but basically anything Android. iOS has new phones, some more expensive, rinse and repeat. Right. Spartan says, oh, the new series Dexter, you will hear a lot. Gala, which is the donation organization. Oh, okay. Here's a crafting diagram for a baguette. You know, you need wheat to make flour. Wheat, since the recipe is repeated, it'll just show repeated recipe. You could just check over here if you need a reminder. So wheat makes feed from the feed mill. Use the feed for the eggs, you know, in addition to the wood and water. Feed, repeat recipe right here. Required for milk. Brine required for salt. Sugar cane required for sugar. 2 milk, 2 salt, 1 sugar makes the butter at the bakery. And then 5 flour, 1 eggs, 1 butter makes the dough. And then 1 dough, 1 butter, and 1 flour makes the baguette. Butter and flour are repeated recipes, so it just shows repeat recipe. You know, this is the diagrams that it's coming up with. I think they're helpful enough for the people that may need it. I actually checked if I had a globe, Rachel, since you mentioned it. I don't have a globe though, but I guess you do. Martin says, last iPhone I noticed iPhone was simple and Samsung loads and loads and loads of options. But Android is cheaper. Android is cheaper, yes. And tends to have more options. iOS says the Samsung equivalent of an iPhone is the same price, if not more. Oh, you think Samsung is more expensive? I think they're both expensive. I feel like iPhone tends to price accessories more for some reason. I don't know, that's what I think. And diagram for Stackbox real quick. I'm not gonna explain the whole process, but here's what it looks like. Here's how you make Stackbox according to this diagram. You gotta scroll up a little bit to see the next stage. I am not going to explain this. If you know how to make Stackbox, you know the process. But this thing can generate a diagram of how to make it. You know, and at the very end, you got the fabric box, the supply box, and the party box in order to make the stack box. There you go. Simple. Not simple though. But yeah, that's this diagram thing I just added, and guess I just need more testing. Please don't show Stackbox ever again. Yeah. Carbon says, I like Android because there is freedom. Yeah. If it's Stackbox, then I ain't making. Yep, people hate making Stackbox. The only reasonable time to make the Stackbox is if you got a bunch of NFTs. Because yeah, I realized that with all those NFTs, the Stackbox isn't that bad. But definitely not something that people want to make when they don't have the right NFTs, I guess. I remember that build I made that made like one stack box per hour, 1.4 if you were watching your screen every couple hours, every hour actually, which people don't want to do. Yeah, I know they don't want to do that, and it's a terrible design to try and optimize. It's just so annoying. I actually don't think the stack box designs are fun. The no NFT ones, I should say. The one whenever I make them for the Anything Goes competition, I would repeat the design like for 4 competitions, right? Like I would always repeat the design, so it wasn't that much of an issue for me, but not as fun as other competitions. Probably just because we repeated it. So Ivis has S25 Ultra's 1300. Okay, probably. Yeah, if you buy it like right away, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I have the Fold 6, the Z Fold 6. It is expensive. I think regular price is what regular price is maybe like 1900 or something really expensive. What did I do to get it cheaper? I did a trade-in. Yeah, I did a trade-in, so I got it cheaper than that. I did not pay 1900 for this. But it was expensive, for sure. Check the AirPod. It will help you when you travel overseas, translate light conversations for you. That is cool. I heard about that. I'm actually not sure if my earphones can do that. But I don't think I would ever be in a position where I travel overseas and need it to translate like that. I know my phone can already do that. I don't think my headphones can do that though. I'm not completely sure, but I don't think they can do that because they're not that new. But yeah, that is cool. I mean, if you're gonna use it, that is cool. Don't expect that many people to be using that feature. Yeah, I think most modern phones already have a way, like a built-in method of translation. At least from what I've heard. But not something I've tested. Well. Mori, hello, Moriali. Welcome. You're here watching almost at the end. But appreciate you being here nonetheless. But yeah, I think that's everything. This has been running for half an hour now. I can see it's working perfectly. So right after I end the stream, I'm gonna go offline and only run it in probably the morning and at night. But you will probably see me drop to rank 100. Don't worry, should be fine. It should just be running offline. Looks like Z-Warrior is gonna catch up. Okay. All right, the people that I expected to pass me up, you know, and XG also. Besides that, I don't think other people will pass me up unless I'm missing something. Dub, which was the first Android you used? Oh, well, it was a Samsung phone, but can I remember? No, it actually wasn't. I'm lying. It wasn't a Samsung phone. The very first phone I got was... Damn, I can't remember what it was called. That's a good question, though. The very first phone I had was one of those phones where it had a keyboard. You open it up and it had a keyboard. I don't remember what it was. It was not a Samsung phone. It was something else. I don't remember what it was called. The second phone I ever had was a Samsung phone. It was probably the Galaxy S4, if I remember correctly. I know I had a Galaxy S6 at some point. I had the Galaxy S9, and then it jumped to the 20. I think I got the 20 Plus. I've been through a couple of phones. The very first phone I had, though, it was an Android. I don't remember. Motorola. It wasn't. I don't think it was. I don't remember. BlackBerry. It was kind of like a BlackBerry, but I don't think it was a BlackBerry. I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't Nokia, no. It either was a BlackBerry or something very similar, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't BlackBerry. Pro Gamer seems to think it was also BlackBerry. I feel like I would remember if it was the BlackBerry, but I don't remember. I really don't. Long time ago. That was I actually didn't get my first phone until high school. My parents wouldn't buy me a phone before that. And I think that was when I was a sophomore also. When I was a freshman, I did not have a phone. I had the iPod at the time, so that's how I listened to music. And before that, I did have the iPod Shuffle, I think is what it was called. Or the Mini, or I think I had both. And that was how I listened to music before I had the iPod, you know. But yeah, that's as far as I remember. Carbon says when my first was Q Mobile. Okay. This competition is going to have a lot of stars. We will reach 1 billion soon. We'll be in the several billions of stars. You got yours in 5th grade? That is very cool. I would never get a phone that early. But I know nowadays, you know, nowadays people are getting phones as early as 1st grade. Oh, probably some of them before that. But that's just the modern age, you know. Good for them. My daughter was 16. Yeah. Makes sense. Somewhere around that age, 15 or 16. But yeah, I know nowadays it's like you can get a phone in probably 1st grade. Maybe even before that for some people. Though I think phones are cheaper nowadays, as long as you're not buying like the phone of the year. Obviously, then they're going to be more expensive. But I would think that if somebody, you know, if parents get their kid a phone, I would think it would be an older phone. I don't know for sure. This is just something I don't know. It's just I'm speculating. All I will say is I'm happy with using Samsung and Android phones. Armin says if I didn't get my iPhone in 5th grade, I wouldn't be here. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but okay. Well, I think that's gonna be it for the stream. 40 minutes running, no issues. I am getting hungry, and I got some food I can make. So I'm gonna go do that right now. And speaking of phones, I actually did, my dad needed a new phone, so I helped them order one, and I actually have to go pick it up. I thought I was gonna go pick it up tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go pick it up today because they just sent me a message saying it's ready for pickup. So I pick it up, I help my dad get his new phone set up. And yeah, that's the plan for today, I guess. I was gonna do that tomorrow, but I'll do that probably today. So yeah, I'm gonna go take care of stuff. Thank you everybody for being here. Good luck with the rest of your build. I will see you all on Friday for the end of the competition. Then we can talk about the next competition, which is going to be the